Welcome to On the Beat, everyone. I'm Troy Thompson. Joining me in the studio today is Bill Gillis and Elizabeth Jones from Crowell, Gillis and Cooper. And today it's a very relevant topic considering with what's going on in the world. We're discussing basics of a will and estate planning. Welcome to the show, both of you. Nice to see you again.
We're glad to be here.
It's nice to see each other in person, right?
Exactly.
It's been way too long. All right, we asked some of our viewers to send in some questions to you because we thought this was a really relevant time, and as you know, I just was discussing off air, I even need to do a will, and it's super important, right? We have to maintain those type of thoughts at all times, don't you agree?
Indeed.
All right, so the first question is, what exactly is estate planning and what is the main goal?
To ensure that your wishes for the disposition of your assets, which are your bank accounts, stocks, bonds, real estate, that they will be distributed at your death exactly to whom you want them to be distributed.
Okay, before we came on camera, you showed me, which we're going to bring up on the screen now, I think it was 2 or 3 page questionnaire that your clients fill out when they come into your office. Why is it so important that they fill that out correctly and in great detail?
It's the way for them to transmit to us the information that's necessary for us to properly plan for their estate. The first section of that questionnaire deals with family matters, husband and wife, children, grandchildren, so we understand who the family members are that could inherit from them. And the next section of it deals with exactly what their assets are, how they're owned, so we ensure that there's not, in effect, us tripping over ourselves by not properly planning and being defeated by improper ownership of assets.
I think that's really important. Okay, what are some examples of the wrong people ending up with your property? That's actually a really good question.
Definitely. And for example, it could be, say, a spendthrift or a chemically dependent child or grandchild. It could be someone who's receiving Medicaid, and you could potentially disqualify them from their Medicaid eligibility. There's a 5-year look-back period when you receive assets. It could also be, say, a disabled grandchild or child who's receiving government assistance, which could potentially disqualify them as well.
Really?
Definitely, and it could even end up being the state of Mississippi or federal government with tax implications.
There's so much to take into consideration, isn't there? Instead of just saying, I want to leave all this to, you know, Uncle Joe, it's not quite that simple. How does the state of Mississippi decide to whom to leave your property if you don't have a will?
Well, we have laws of intestacy, and that you basically look at the table to determine who your heirs at law are. For example, if you're married, your spouse is an heir, and your children are heirs equally.
Right.
If you don't have a spouse, then your children are your heirs. If you don't have a spouse or children, then you go up the tier to parents. And that's, as Elizabeth was touching on, about disqualifying people for benefits. You might have a parent who is a Medicaid recipient in a nursing home, and if he inherits from you, he's disqualified for those benefits.
I was about to say the benefits, not the will. So he could lose all the Medicare benefits, and we don't want that to happen. That's obviously.
And there are ways to protect that from happening, but it has to be done through proper estate planning.
Interesting. All right, our final question. What are the basic tools of estate planning and how do these tools work together?
Well, the basic tools are a last will and testament, or will, a general durable power of attorney, and a health care power of attorney, and advanced health care directive. And those 3 work together. The powers of attorney allow you to name an agent to give you authority to handle your decisions, either business or health care, while you're still alive. And the will takes place upon your death.
You two always give me great information. Pity I didn't listen to it last time. I've got to get my will done.
Good.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you coming in. If you want to find out more information, there it all is up on the screen for you. Crowell, Gillis and Cooper. Give them a call. Check that top drawer and make sure your will is up to date. Back after this short break.